Woo! We're live, baby. We're back at it again. Episode 3, MMA Uncensored podcast. I'm your host, Joe Mignon. And man, I can't wait. It's been a long, it's only Wednesday, but it feels like it's been a very long week with this quarantine. I mean, it's nuts. It keeps, I don't know what it is, man. Everybody's on a standstill right now. It's crazy. But that's all right, because while we're quarantining, we're going to be chilling. We're going to be talking MMA. We got some great guests on the show tonight. I'm very excited about it. So, guys, do me a favor. Subscribe. Very important. Make sure you subscribe to MMA Uncensored. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube as well. Also, shout out to Bare Knuckle Freak for all your bare knuckle news. You can follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Bare Knuckle Freak. So, guys, please enjoy the show. And also, of course, follow us at MMA Uncensored. _. That's going to be on Instagram. And then on Facebook, obviously, it's going to be MMA Uncensored #1. So please check us out there. Tonight's guest, we got special co-host in the house. Well, as always, Chris LeBeau, CEO, MMA Uncensored. What's up, bro?
Nice to see you, Big Daddy Joe.
Thank you, man. I am having a midweek hump day beer. It's very well deserved. It's been a hard week. So
yeah, we both had hard weeks, but we're here, buddy. We're here.
That's right, man. Always, bro. We're always pushing forward. And I wanted to bring in our special co-host this evening. He was on the show last week, Mr. James Krause. We had such a great time. We had to bring him back. What's up, James?
What's up, man? What's up, guys?
Hey,
Let me get situated here. What's up?
What's up, brother?
Bro, you know, it's just another week of quarantine, man. I'm on week 4 working from home now, bro. It's crazy.
God dang, man. I'm ready for it to be over with, bro. I'm so sick of this shit.
Yeah, man. Me too, bro. You had a good week so far?
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing the same shit I've been doing for the last month. I mean, I'm alive. Fuck. Let's go.
Thank God. No COVID-19, man. We don't need that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm good.
Awesome, man. I wanted to bring up our last week. We had a great time. You know, we had Platinum Mike Perry on. We had Dr. Bo Hightower. We had a lot of laughs. We had great content that we put out this whole week. So, again, I wanted to thank you for being on. Thank you for coming back, man. It was a blast. So I'm definitely happy to have you back, brother.
Yeah, man. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Mike is a character, dog. He's something else.
Yeah, he is, man. He's a lot of fun, man. But today we got UFC's Contender. He got the contract from Contender, and I'm really excited to talk to him. Mr. Philly Fresh, the Fresh Prince, Phillip Rowe. Phil, what's up, man?
Hey, Phil. What's the visual? What's good, you guys?
What's up?
What up, James? What up, Chris?
How's it going, man?
Hey, Phil. I like your hat.
Hey, man. That's my hat, actually.
I know.
Philly like Fresh. Check it out.
I love it.
Oh, custom made. My man.
Oh, shit.
My man. I like that a lot.
Hey, Bob. Hey, Rizzo.
So Phil, what you eating for dinner, man? What's over there? I see pasta.
What we got here, man? What you got?
Will make me hungry now.
Oh,
damn.
Some dried tomatoes, some chicken, some spinach, and some frozen garlic bread, you know?
That looks good, man.
Wow.
But I'm chilling. I was running a little behind, so that's why I'm eating, but I'm here, though. That's what matters.
That's all right, bro. Never late for dinner and not late for a podcast. I like it.
That's right.
yeah.
Right.
Happy to have you.
So how you doing, Phil? Like with this whole, quarantine? I got to ask everybody because everybody's reacting differently to this thing. But how is it in your world?
I'm thriving, man. It's weird. Like, with minus people dying, this COVID thing has been great. I've been training a lot more. I mean, I train a lot anyway. I've been cutting hair. I've been selling hats. It's crazy, man. I've been capitalizing on it. I've been cutting hair for a long time, since I was like 12 years old.
Okay.
I enjoy cutting hair. And I just have a shop in my house because I like cutting hair. So now everyone's barber's closed. Everyone's hitting me up for haircuts. I'm the only one, like, in my little vicinity that has a gym and a mat in their garage. So all my guys from my gym has been coming training. It's been good, man. It's been good. It's been good to me.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like there's a lot more opportunity. Although we're home, there's more opportunity to talk to people, more opportunity to maybe do things that you haven't been able to get done. But that's great. Now, what kind of differences have you noticed working out in the gym compared to now working out at home and kind of changing things up? Do you feel like you're doing a lot of different things now, or pretty much the same?
I mean, it's the same, man. And
Mm-hmm.
the cool thing is, like, I mean, I keep it small, but it's like a small group of guys, and they're like really good guys. So it's like I got my coach, I got Adolfo Vieira comes by, Jacare comes by,
Right.
Julian, Bubba. So it's like the 170s, 85ers at my gym, 5 of us just banging it out, and it's good work, man. It's like private training, so it's great work. So I'm not complaining at all.
Phil, do you still do you work? Do you work like a normal job normally?
I used to, not anymore. I used to work for Signature Custom Homes. So like this guy, Pete Zachary, he's like my mentor. He's like my life coach. He's like uncle to me. And he took me under his wing. I was a project manager for him. He's probably the best premier custom home builder in Central Florida. So I was managing projects for him, and it gave me the freedom to train and do my thing. But ever since the Contender, like right before the Contender, he was like, hey, man, I was like, yo, what I got this week? He's like, training. And ever since then, I just haven't really been back. I've just been locked in 100%.
Yeah.
Just training. So
Good. That's great, man. I'm glad to hear that. That's I mean, I say that like I work every day still, so I work for myself. So it's,
but you own your gym though, no?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you're hating this time, actually.
I actually love it. I mean, I have other stuff that's doing great right now, so it does. You know what I mean? It's not like an end all be all for me. So yeah, I mean, I say that, but I work every day. You know what I mean? Like on something, whether it be at the gym. I'm at the gym every day, so I go there. At least once a day, and then I do some real estate stuff. Like I have a flip that's closing next week, and then and then I have a rental that and it's getting renovated. It'll be done next week too. So
I forget who I kind of follow. Like I'm slowly starting to follow more and more UFC people, and like I got a lot of people that you follow on my friends list on Instagram, and I forget who it was, but somebody tweeted, they were like, or wrote in the story something along the lines of like, shout out to James Krause, like I'm doing it like him, and he was doing some type of real estate stuff. I was like, damn, man, so you must be out there killing. I forget who it was, but he was like, I'm out here like hustling. Like,
yeah, that's awesome. I'm trying, man. I've been broke before. I don't ever want to be broke again.
Word.
I respect that. So, for you, Phil, I'm real curious, super curious about how the inside scoop of how you got involved on the Contender Series. How did it go down? Phone calls? Like, what was the backstory to that?
It's crazy, man. Like, my whole MMA journey is insane. Like, I could write a book about it. People wouldn't believe me, but once I get out there and I start getting these wins under my belt and people hear more about me, they'll see. Like, but my story in itself is insane. But I was regionally here, like trying to get fights, and people don't realize, like, a lot of guys will say, and I'm the most thorough guy through and through. Like, oh, Phil, you haven't fought anybody. You're right. Maybe I haven't fought much tough guys, but I fight who they put in front of me. So, and regionally, it's a weird game of guys not trying to fight certain guys, and guys are trying to hold their records intact. Mm-hmm. So a lot of guys aren't chomping at the bit to fight me anyway. So I fight who they put in front of me. So I was in a weird space where I had 5 wins in a row. I didn't really have any upcoming bouts. I didn't really have – the only guys that wanted to fight me, I'm not going to say no names, but the only guys that wanted to fight me were like old vets from the UFC. But all the regional guys up and coming, they could say what they want. None of these dudes were trying to fight me. None of the guys that were 6-0, 5-0, like my record. All 25-7 type dudes and like vets. And I'm trying to get to the show, Of
course.
So I was kind of in a weird space. I was with Mike Perry when he fought Cowboy. So I've been training with Mike a really long time. I've known him since 2011 or so. And I was out there with him, and my coach was like, Phil, you got to meet this dude, Will Harris. He's like, y'all like the same type of dude, man. Y'all going to hit it off. And he was there shooting Cowboy and Mike. And I got there, and as soon as I met Will, he played basketball. Like, he's just like me. So we hit it off. Next thing you know, weekend ends. Mike loses, whatever. He hits me up. He's like, yo, Phil, I want to come out and shoot you. I want to come to Orlando and shoot you guys, shoot the gym. And I felt weird about it because I'm like, this guy shoots like Khabib and like the Conor throwing the dolly in here and the thing, that's his footage. Like, he's a big deal. And I'm not like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I felt weird. And I was like, but I wanted the opportunity. But in the same note, I was like, I didn't feel worthy of it almost. He's like, dude, I want to come out there. I want to shoot you guys so I can stay at your crib. I was like, say no more. He came and he shot Anatomy of Fusion Excel. So he stayed at my house and he followed me to the gym. And it was sparring day. And it was Jacare, Hidalgo, all our guys in there. And that evening, he released the first episode. And we were chilling by my pool, and I was like still kind of like sulking, like in a weird space. Like, man, I don't know when I'm going to fight or who I'm going to fight. Like, I was skeptical about taking certain fights. I was getting offers for like either absolute scrubs or monsters. You know what I mean? Like, it was weird. Next thing you know, my boy calls me. He's like, hey, Phil, you want to fight? He's telling me, hey, Phil, you're on the Contender in 11 days. I'm like, oh, okay, sure. And like, he was like, I was like, oh, okay, sure. He's like, no, you're on. I was like, sure. Lo and behold, Sean Shelby saw the episode like that evening, hit up my coach, my manager, said, hey, Phil, can Phil fight the main event week 9? This guy's opponent dropped out. I said, say no more.
Hell yeah.
We went out there, and then the rest is history.
Wow.
Yeah,
right place at the right time, man.
It was hella dope, man.
Wow. That's incredible.
Shout out to at Will Harris
Dude,
Productions.
I tell him, I give him
Let me get
too
this
much
right. Will
praise,
Harris
man.
Productions.
He's like, Phil, it ain't me, bro. He's like, I'm just shooting you, bro.
Instagram.
He's like, I was like, Will, it's all you, man. Thank you for. He flew out here on his dollar. He didn't charge me a penny.
That's what's up.
If you see the type of money this guy makes, it's retarded. I don't want to put his business out there, but like, he went
He's
out
doing
to
well.
Khabib and wherever they were, and like the Sheik and all these people, and like what he made for 3 days out there, I'm like, bro, this don't make sense. Like, he's killing it right now. Killing it. Absolutely humble guy, though. Amazing dude.
That's amazing. I love hearing stuff like that, man. Successful people that are humble, my favorite kind of people, man. Zach Giusola says, what's up to you
bro?
guys?
How's it going, man?
So, yeah, man, that's a pretty cool story, man. I watched the Contender Series. I watched when you got the contract, I was excited for you, man, because this is what you work hard for, and to have Dana White, say your name, that you're getting a contract. How did that feel for you, man?
It was weird, man. Like, everybody before I got there, like my Fusion Excel, this is like my bad. It's like backwards. Like the past year, our gym was just rocking, like pumping out UFC guys. Hannah Goldie, Mike Davis, Alton Meeks. We had all these guys like getting these big opportunities. So they were all like, Phil, it's so scary. It's so scary. This, it's weird. And like they were psyching me out before I got there. And I was doing everything in my power to like relax, like chill, be calm, Phil, be calm. And then I felt like I was too calm. And I felt like it was easy almost. Like when I got out there, it wasn't scary. I wasn't nervous. I was just too chill. And like it was weird. I was on autopilot and I was doing everything in my power to be relaxed. And then in the corner, my coaches, like, they weren't even coaching me. They're like, dude, you gotta go, Phil. Like, we're here. You gotta go now. Like, please fight, do something, go. Like, if you listen to Julian and my coach Kelly, they weren't like, Phil, keep your hands up. Or he's like, dude, you gotta fight this motherfucker, man. Like, let's go, please, Phil, please. Then finally, the third round, I woke up and got it done. But I kind of let the people that got there before me psych me out and tell me it was like something that it wasn't, and it just ended up being like another fight. It was chill, it was like sparring. But whatever, man. Dana, what's funny is I fought like shit, man. I'm not saying that. Like, I fought like absolute dog shit. And I like that I did in a sense because all these guys watch it and they can pick and choose from that. I want them to.
Right.
And Dana was like, man, you were this, you were that. And I'm just like, bro, that was terrible. I know that was terrible. I'm not even just saying that. It was absolutely ass-can terrible. And it was enough to get the win, you know? So I was happy about that. That was the only thing I was really happy about, is that with that shitty performance and me not showing up, I was still able to win. I was still able to finish. And I was still able to get a contract. So I was like, fuck, whatever.
Amazing, man. And Dana White gave you a lot of credit, man, the way you fought. He really said some nice words about you.
It was weird. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was fucking weird, man. My boys hit me up the next day. They're like, did you see this? I'm like, it's Dana. He was getting an interview by like Sherdog and some other guys. And they're like, hey, man, this season, who stands out to you the most? And he goes, man, there's 100 fighters, man, 50 fights. That's hard to say, but Rowe. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not even just saying that, bro. I'm like, dude, I fought like shit, man. And I'm like, I didn't even fight the dude. The first round, I just sat there. I got beat up. I just didn't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I got dropped. I got up. I'm circling, just standing around. Second round, he takes me down. I reversed it. I'm just sitting on top of him. Weird ass fucking. It was weird, man. And then the third round, I just beat the shit out of him in like 10 seconds. But I'm like, hey, man, if he sees, I thank God he did. But I'm like, if he thinks I did good, hey, let's rock it.
Absolutely, man. So what are you thinking? Like, what's going to be your next fight, UFC?
Dude, and that's another thing, man.
You got some news coming? You got some news, Phillip?
That's another thing. Fucking, and side note, man. Shout out to James Krause, man. Like, I've been around this fight game a long time, man, and these guys in the UFC, like, they keep this weird ass facade about them, man, and like, there's not many real fighters, and I consider James Krause one of the realest guys in the UFC, man. For him to leave when he was fucking whooping ass to go on Tough, that was huge. I don't know who the fuck would do that. Like, he was actively winning in the UFC. He left the UFC to go on the show in hopes of winning the show. Fucking crazy. Jumps up on a 2 days notice, a day notice, fights this guy at 185. Like,
yeah,
people talk about all this shit and they don't do it. And I'll be the main dude to tell you, man, like, Phil, you want to fight that guy? Fuck no, I don't want to fight that dude or that guy or that guy. Hell no, I don't. Am I going to show up? If my name's on the contract, I'm going to show up and fight anyone. But I'm not that guy that's walking around like, oh, blah, 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 you know, anyone, anytime. And this motherfucker is one of those dudes, man. So shout out to James Krause, man.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
I appreciate that.
But what were you asking me, my man? What were you asking me again?
So I was like, what was that feeling like when you were on stage and you know, Dana White saying all this stuff about you? Like, did you think like, yo, I'm gonna get this contract? And then when it happened, like, what kind of emotions were running through you when, like, holy shit, I just got a contract with the UFC?
It's weird. Like, when I was in the back, my boy Jamal Pugos went out and he fought this 11-0 guy from Brazil. And this dude is good. I don't know what like they were thinking, not grabbing him. But Jamal is a monster. He's Dominic Reyes' training partner. Like, I've seen video of him beating the shit out of like elite level guys. And he went out there and destroyed this dude. Took him down like 15 times. Jamal's like 5-0 and he's 6-0 now. He lost again, 6-1 or something. He's a kid. He's like 24 years old. Mm-hmm. So when I saw it in the back, that was the only time I was like, damn. That was right before I went out. I was like, damn, man, like Jamal just beat this dude's ass. Like, he's definitely getting a contract. I got to do something. Then,
but that was an age thing, right? No, I think Dana.
It made no sense. He goes, he's too young. But I didn't get it. But he said he was too young. But then he just stomped the dude that was a monster from Brazil, 11-0. All first round finishes, like effortlessly beat this guy and beat the shit out of him for 3 rounds. Like, terrible. So I didn't get it. So the only time I was a little weary is like before I went out, I was like, damn, man, like Jamal just beat this dude's ass. But after, it was weird, man. Like, I don't know why, but when I sat down on that stool, there was literally not a fiber in my body that didn't think I was getting picked. Like, it was weird. I was super comfortable. I wasn't like giggity or super excited. I just knew he was gonna pick me. I don't know why I did. So then when he called my name, I wasn't like ecstatic or nothing. I was just like, oh yeah, let's go.
Wow. Yeah, you seem calm, cool, and collective, bro. I was like, That was cool. But yeah, because when he was saying, the kid's 23 years old, I don't want to feed him yet to these guys in the UFC. It was, I don't know. I kind of feel like the way you did too. Like, I think this guy, I think this kid deserved a shot, but it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't for him yet.
No,
it was for you. It was meant for you, brother.
He'll get there. He'll get there.
Yeah.
He'll get there for sure.
Hey man, if he's anything like me, he'll fight and lose and win and lose again, and like it took me a long time to get there, man. This is not an easy process. It's not an easy process.
James, how many years did it take you?
13. It's been 7.
7 years. Mm-hmm.
7 years. But man, whenever I started, it was different. I just come from a different era, man. I've been doing this. It'll be 14 years in October. Right. And I just I have 60, man. So like everybody gave me a lot of credit for taking that fight on short notice, whatever. That was the majority of my fights when I started. I have 67 fights pro amateur, I think. But that's how we did it. You know what I mean? Like there was no pro and amateur. It was like you show up, you're 162, you're 187. That's close enough. You guys go. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how it was done whenever I started. So it really wasn't. I just come from a different. I think I'm one of the old school guys that's evolved, and I don't think very many have. I think I'm one of the last of that old school era. You know what I mean? Anyway. It was just a different time for me, and like if you had to, I had 8 wins in a row, 8, and 7 of those 8 were finishes, and they still didn't want to give me a shot. So like I had to practically kill somebody in the parking lot to get a shot. You know what I mean? It was just a different time to where it was like who you knew. It wasn't really about how good you were, because I was fighting on RFA and Titan on Access TV. I was knocking the shit out of dudes every weekend on there. Like I was fighting every 2 weeks on there, beating people up, and I just couldn't get any love. And they finally called me, and I know they didn't think I was going to win. I mean, look at and to answer your talk about what you're talking about, Phil, is the reason why I went on the show was 2 reasons. 3 reasons. 1, to win the money. It was $250,000. 2, I wanted the exposure. Like I was fighting tough guys. They weren't giving me any. They would like look at my first 4 fights: Stout, Bobby Green, Jamie Varner, Masvidal. Those are my first 4 fights in UFC, and I was like, man, they take care of these guys that come off that show. So like, let me get some love. Like let me like fuck, man. Like let me fight. Let me pick who I fight. These guys are picking me. Like I know Varner handpicked me. Jamie Varner handpicked me. And that didn't work out well for him. But I know they didn't think that I was going to beat. I know they didn't think I was going to beat Stout. I know they didn't think that I was going to beat Varner. You know what I mean? Like I know that they brought me in to lose those fights, and I think I just kept sticking around or whatever. But yeah, it's just a different era, man. So like for me, it wasn't that big of a deal, and it was a business move. I got a great contract out of it. I had them by the balls. I knew where they were at. They had 1 slot to fill. They had already lost fights, and they were either going to lose a fight on pay-per-view or lose a fight on ESPN. And I know they don't want to lose one on either one of them. So
that's a risky move, but I know it paid off. I know
it paid off really well for me. I know where my contract is compared to a lot of like the top 5 guys, and it's right up there.
Nice.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean,
so it's safe to say you didn't get no Trump money, did you?
No, I didn't get shit.
I got a shout from Christopher Rothstein. Phillip Rowe started 0-2 as a pro, never gave up on his dream, and I told him he was 0-2, he would make it, and he's there. What up?
What up, Chris? What up? Yeah, I seen Chris a long time, man. He's a announcer like in the regional scene in Florida and like the higher up professional scene too. But he's a good dude, really good dude.
That's what's up. Thank you, Chris.
He saw the struggle, man. Like he seen me when I first started, and motherfuckers always tell me, man, why do you fight, man? This. I'm like, whatever. Yeah. But I never stopped training. That's the thing. Like since I started October 15, 2011, I've taken off a week. That was when my wife broke my finger, had me moving tile, and I shattered my finger because I was fucking moving tile. But other than that, every day, man. And it's weird, bro. Like, don't ask me how a lot people saw it in me before I saw it in myself. And I didn't believe at first I wanted to make it. I wanted to be in a high promotion. I didn't believe I could in myself, but I believed in my work ethic. And I'm like, if I keep working hard, I know good things will happen. But people around me kept seeing it in me. You know, it's like, dude, Jacare Souza, man, like this guy like changed my life. If you think about it, like there's men that I've been with him. He's get $4,000 to be at a seminar. You know, I was 3-2 as a professional, and this guy's flying me around the world, and I'm cornering him. It don't make sense. You know, it didn't make any sense to me. And it feel it's okay, bro. You be here, my bro. You be here, bro. Like Jose Aldo, like this is Jacare, you know. So like he'll take me places, and like I see all these dudes, and they were looking at me weird, like, yo, who's this fucking tall black guy with you, man? This is my brother, man. He's going to be here. He's a good fighter, man. And never a doubt in his mind that I would get to where I'm at now, you know. And like he helped me out immensely, man. Like just invested in me. Dude, like I said, he said, Phil, bro, you're going to be here, man. You have to see this. You have to feel the walkout, man. You have to see the crowd, bro. He just takes me with him, man. And I don't know why. I still don't know why sometimes. I'm like, bro, fucking, dude, I just crashed my car in my neighborhood 2 days ago. Someone hit me.
I saw that Facebook Live, man. Somebody recorded you.
Man, on my street. Ready? I called Jacare, jokingly. Joking, but not joking. I'm like, yo, bro, I crashed my car, man. I was FaceTiming him. I was like, I crashed my car. It sucks. It's gonna get fixed. It's not my fault. Hey, bro, come get my car, man. It's okay, bro. Come borrow my car, man. I'm like, nah, Jacare. I was like, I'm gonna get a rental. No, bro, they give you a gay rental piece of crap car, man. You come get my car. I go to Jacare's house. He gives me his Audi S5. 2019 Audi S5 I'm driving now. Like, that's the type of dude he is. It's fucking crazy to me. Like, absolutely crazy. Granted, he has a 2020 RS5, but he just gives me his keys. Hey, bro, you whenever, man. When you get your car, man, you bring my car back, man. I don't care, bro.
That's
like,
what's up.
Amazing, dude. Amazing. And I've been blessed to be around people like this a lot of my career. Granted, I went through a lot of adversity in my career, but I never faltered. Like, I never quit. I never remotely gave up on myself, as in training and working hard. I always
that goes so far, man. That's everything, though, right? Just not quitting, like not going away.
Man.
It's the same for me. Like, I couldn't quit if I wanted to. Forrest Griffin said something that really stuck with me. He said it probably 12, 13 years ago. He said, if you do something every day for 10 years straight, you're going to be good at it, whether you want to be or not.
Word. and that's hella true, man. I felt like my gifts, I dwindled away my gifts that I was good at, basketball and things that I knew I could excel in. And I just played. I was just good. I didn't apply myself. And it fucking passed me by. And this shit was hard from the jump. And every day, I'm in it every day.
That's the way you got to be. It's like anything in life, you know. Like, you're working hard at something and you're doing it every day. You enjoy it. You're gonna outlast everybody else, you know. Like, it's just how it is. It's just the nature of the beast. Man. You can have like crazy. 10 guys, 10 girls lined up, and 8 of them could be super talented, but those other 2 are the hardest workers in the room. They're gonna outlast everybody else. It's just how it goes.
I see the regional scene out here, man, and I see all these guys that came up with like great fighters, and I'm like, how the fuck am I? And I look, it's because they don't work hard, and that's the only X factor. And like Krause could probably tell you the same thing. Like, guys will come in the gym, and not by a long shot am I the best, you know, in my gym, or, you know, I can just immediately, I know if he's gonna make it or not. And I didn't make it, but I just know when guys would be like, man, I couldn't get here, man. Like, you know, like, it's hard for me to get here. I'm like, dude, like, you'll never make it, you know? And like Phil, you're hard on this guy. I'm like, it's not that. I just know. Like,
you just know, 100%. They'll find a way. If it's important, you'll find a way.
Period.
You know what I mean? If it's important, you'll find a way. And it's not like these same guys. They're not asking for help. They're not asking for rides. They're not, you know what I mean? It's like, you're 100% right. But a lot of that, the thing that drives me nuts is, especially, and I see this from a lot of the big gyms that come up, is like, there's this like sense of self-entitlement that you belong to this, you're attached to a name that has a high regard. So you think you should have that same high regard. Yeah. Man, in this sport, there's no lying. Like, there is no handouts. You may get the handout, but when you got to answer, to the game. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, my dad got me this job or whatever. If your dad gets you this job, he's going to get you fucked up here. You know what I mean? Like, so that's cool. That's cool. He can get you the job, but the work is shown. You know what I mean? And just like in grade school, right? You got to show your work. So You're going to show your work right here. You know, you're going to show your work rate. There's no lying in this game. It may not come out the first fight. It may not come out the second fight. But the truth will always come out in this game. If you're not putting in the work, you will get exposed. And once you get exposed once, you have to do like a massive amount of diligence to fix those problems, or you'll get exposed over and over and over again. And these kids, these sharks, like this motherfucker right here, they'll send you packing. They'll send you on your way. You know what I mean? You got to evolve every day. And if there's a hole exposed in your game, you have to fix it. You can't just keep driving on the flat tire, bro. You got to fix it. And these guys, the kids coming up now, they're sharks, man. And if you're a kid coming up, the vets, they're sharks. They'll see that. They'll find it. You know what I mean? Like when you're done, I have a rule we call it the 501 rule. And then what the 501 rule is like, look, man, like when the young athletic kids, they come after me and, you know, they'll bring 5 minutes to hell at me. You know what I mean? And it's like, I get it. Okay, cool. You're fast, you're strong, you're athletic. But whenever you're settled into the fight, whenever you're done doing all the bullshit, whenever you're settled into the fight, you still got 10 more minutes with me. You know what I mean? I'm not going anywhere. You know what I mean? And that's where the vets will get the young guys, you know, but the young guys are sharks too. So it's a process that goes back and forth, man, but you got to constantly be evolving every day and you got to answer to the game, because if you don't answer the game, man, there's no lying here. You'll get exposed, man. You'll get exposed. What's up, Dakota, my man?
Dakota's in the house. Dakota's a great dude, man. We did a bare knuckle fighting championship prediction show last week. Even though there's no pay-per-view, we just did it just for the hell of it. We had a blast, man. Dakota's a good dude.
He's a psycho. I could never do that shit,
island
man.
Fights in Florida. Is he from Florida?
No, he's in Iowa.
Is he?
Nebraska. Oh, it's Nebraska? I thought he said Iowa.
I feel like he fought island fights regionally. I'm not sure.
He's been doing bare knuckle but he was on Ultimate Fighter. He's been on a ton of he may be one of the better guys outside of the UFC, and like he works. I hope he's listening, because I'm talking good about him, but like he works and shit like that, man. If that dude really, like, if he wanted to be at the big show, he could have been, man. Like you know what I mean? He went through some adversity, and I feel like he should have stuck it out just a little bit longer. He's good though, man. He's really good. He's one of those guys that they try to get to, like, the guy that you're like, oh, this guy's going to be the next big thing. He needs to fight one more good guy, and then he'll make it to the big show. Let's get him to fight Dakota. That's not the motherfucker you want to fight. He's not the guy.
No,
I've seen him beat so many. I've seen him beat so many guys that were on that. You know, they're like, oh, we need one more good fight. Dakota's, you know. But people don't realize is some of the fights Dakota wasn't even hardly training for, man. Some of the fights he took out of his weight class. Some of the, you know what I mean? Like, he's got, and that's his problem. That's his fault, you know, that he wasn't 100% ready for it. But the amount of skill that dude brings to the table, he's one of the most, I'll say this, he's one of the most undervalued fighters in MMA, in my opinion.
Wow, that's big.
That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
Wow.
He could compete. He could compete at the UFC level today, no problem.
Yeah, and I know you know, because I know dudes that can't. I know you know a ton of guys like that. Ton.
100%, man, 100%. There's, I just, like you said before, I just never quit. You know what I mean? Like I can't wake up and go work for somebody else. I can't do it, man. I won't do it. I'll go broke before I do that shit. And I know this is off Dakota, because I know he's doing really well. He started his own business. He's doing really well. So he's winning. He's winning. It's just in a different venue now.
Exactly.
So, yeah, and really, who gives a shit as long as you're doing well, right? Like, who cares if you're fighting, or as long as you figure out the way, right? Like, that's the idea is get in here as a professional athlete, get in here, make some money, and then take that money to make more money, or take the knowledge, or take the growth and maturity, or whatever you get from this sport, from professional sports, you take that and you go do something else with it. That's what for me. That's what we should be doing as fighters. We should be trying to make money as fast as we can and take that money to make more money, because this won't last long. It won't last long. And some of these guys are making, there's exceptions, there's 1%ers, you know what I mean? But like for me, I've never felt like that. I have a secure spot. I've been in the UFC for 7 years now, and I was coming off a 6-fight win streak. I still never felt like I had a secure job. And you can't count on the other people to pay your bills. Plain and simple.
You got that right.
There's guys that are like 1 and 3 in the UFC, make 10 and 10, and you can't tell them none. You know?
No, dude, it's. I mean, first of all, when you make 10 and 10, really break that down. I mean, you're walking away with 40-50%.
Yeah.
I mean, after coaches, 20% from coaching and managing, and then taxes are going to get you for 30. That's 50 right there. You know. Not to mention that you're gonna spend more on diet. Well, you know, all that eating right, all that bullshit, driving more to the gym or whatever. It's gonna chew up more than 50%. And that's what people don't get. If you don't use that money, and don't get me started, like this is gonna be a whole like this is something I'm super passionate about. I know guys that are at a high level. I'm talking about, I know specific guys that are like top 3, top 5 that don't have much in their account, man. And they owe hundreds of thousands of dollars in back taxes. Like these are real things that these guys like. So these guys that if they're fighting at the high level and at the end of a 10-year fighting career where they've made over $1 million, they don't have shit to show for it, man. And for me, that breaks my heart. It's sad. It's a problem that we need to fix as a group, you know, and I don't want to talk about the unions or none of that shit, but that like we need a group, a coalition together to change that for fighters. You know, like we gotta be. I think every fighter should get to their first contract. Like you don't have a fight in UFC yet though, do you? You just won a contender series.
Yeah.
Right. So you got to get through that first contract, start making some real money. You know what I mean? Like get you through your first, and let's just say, like, I always say, like go 2-1, right? If you go 2-1, you're signed at what, 14? Oh, I shouldn't say that shit. The league minimum is 14-14 or 12-12. It just changed. But so if you're 24,000, that's 48,000, and then you add another 12. We're just assuming you go 2-1. That's $60,000 you made from one fight. Okay, that's money you have to have that to live on, especially your ass living in Florida. You know what I mean? Like you gotta like. I'm in Kansas City, dude. Like I mean, I bought a house on the freaking lake out here for what you pay for an apartment, probably. You know what I mean? Like it's
crazy.
It's a different ballgame. But like you got to get through that first contract. And then when you start making some real money, then you got to start like, where do I put this? That to me, you know what I mean? That's just how you got to do it. And you can't buy the crazy shit with your first contract. And I see all these guys that go out and they'll make 12 and 12, 10 and 10 for a fight, and they'll go buy a brand new car. It's like, dude, like you just made 24,000. You just bought a $20,000 car cash, but you're only walking away with 50%, or you just lost money, man. Like, what you know what I mean? Like, where's your mindset at? They don't understand. They don't get it because nobody's telling them how to get it.
For fighters, for professional fighters, the James Krause financial management team can help you. Dude, you sound great, man. You definitely know what you're talking about, bro.
Clearly.
So there could be a future for you. Like, here's a couple of questions from some viewers. One of which is, do you guys want a union?
Do you want me to? I'm going to ask you a question. Do you want me to get fired from the UFC?
I think he just answered that.
No, I mean, you start talking about a union. Like, I'm not going to get into the debate because, like, obviously that's a super hot topic with the people that sign my check. So, I do think that they're. I'm going to say this. They used to. Phil, you probably weren't a part of this yet, but they used to do these things called the UFC Summit. They would fly all the fighters out and they would talk about like financials and they would talk about this and that. They were all bullshit. It was all show off. Like if they did something like that on a real basis, not just trying to like, it was all horseshit, man. They weren't giving any real information or anything like that. If they actually did that, they actually told us how to be financially smart, at least give you the information. Now, if you want to be a dumbass with it and go buy a new car, go ahead. But like if they gave us the information, it just breaks my heart to see all these guys that have been fighting. They're losing brain cells. They've made hundreds of thousands of dollars and they don't have anything to show for it. Literally, some of these guys have, I'm telling you, at the end of their career, they will have this much to show for it.
Yo, and what's funny,
much,
man,
zero.
like he's so right. And I know guys, top tier guys, that 6-figure fighters that live paycheck to paycheck because their lifestyle.
And I bet I know who you're talking about.
I ain't putting my boy out there, but 6-figure
of
fighters like that live paycheck to pay, literally fight, get paid, all the money gone, has to fight again.
It's gone.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Luckily for me, like,
and then but the thing is when fighting is done, when it's done, then
bro,
what?
that's nothing.
Then what?
Then
that's the question
nothing.
you gotta ask.
Then it's nothing,
what?
bro, for these guys. Nothing.
Yeah.
Luckily for me,
you gotta
get yourself a white girl with a good credit score, man, and she'll take care of you. My wife, she's super, super smart. She's a doctor. Like I get paid, I give it to her. She gives me what I can spend. You know what I mean? So, but
you got it made, bro.
I feel so bad for him, man. Like it's bad, bro. Like he's saying, it's really, really bad. It's really
don't feel bad for him. He's got to make the decisions. You know what I mean? Like it's how you spend $1, how you're gonna spend $1 million. You just got to make the right decision. And man, I'll tell you what's gonna happen. What happened to me is when I hit 30, I had like a mental breakdown because I don't have a retirement plan. So that's when I started buying up all the real estate and shit. I was like, I got to get a retirement plan. I don't even believe in a 401k. I got to get something though. I got to get something going, right? So like I started buying rentals, and they do well. It does well even in this busted ass economy right now. They're doing great. I close on a flip. Yes, there we go. Ross, Chris, is this your Rowe? Is Chris your guy?
Yeah.
So the last Fighter Summit was a show off thing for WME whenever they made the merger. They brought on all these big. They didn't help us for the shit. They basically gave us an open bar and tried to tell you had to be at a certain place at a certain time. Man, if they really took those things with value, they could do some really cool stuff with it, man. And that's I do. You mentioned that, Joe. I do want to do something like that. I don't really care about the management side of it. Like I'm not like trying to like actively. I just want to help people, man. I want to help people to where when they're giving up 10 years of their brain cells, 10 years of their blood, sweat, and tears, and they walk away from this, and they have something to show for it.
I think if you did it too, and the problem with like fighters is they're not gonna. Most of them are dumb as a box of rocks, and two is they're not listening to guys outside the fight game. You know what I mean? So if someone that's been in it and it's like, yo, look, this is what I did with my money. So when I not fighting anymore, I'll have money.
Yeah, you can relate to someone.
Take heed. Rest in peace to my two favorite human beings on earth, Will Smith and Kobe Bryant, right? These guys have been my idols my whole life. I was looking forward to the fact that I was going to meet Kobe through the UFC. And rest in peace to Kobe. But I remember they just had like an athlete retreat. James, I don't know if you were there like last year.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So Gegard Mousasi, who I love, and what made me laugh is like Gegard is on the other spectrum of the fighters. Like he makes good money fighting, but to him it's not enough. And he obviously manages his money well. Like if you watch him, he does a lot of investment in real estate stuff. He said I was fucking in tears because I know people that went to the summit and they're like, man, it was such good shit there. They're telling us like dudes that I know that are just dumb as a box of rocks. Gegard Mousasi is like, yeah, it was cool, man, until Kobe comes and he starts talking to us about investing millions of dollars. He goes, it's crazy, man. Like, and I'm fucking laughing because it's like I don't know if Kobe knew, like they don't make the money that NBA players and NFL players make. So even if Gegard
his was the worst one,
dude.
His was the worst one, man. It was the worst one. He started talking about. He told a story about how he made a bad investment and he lost like $47 million on a basketball team in Italy. And like I'm looking around like,
damn,
nobody in here is even going to see 47 million in your. What are you talking about, dude? Like, get the fuck out of
Maybe
here.
Maybe Dana
White.
I
can't even relate to you. And I love Kobe. I love him, but I can't relate to losing $47 million, man. You know what I mean? Like, I can't relate to that.
That's so true, man. Hey, James, can you log back in real quick? You got a little choppy all of a sudden. I don't know if it's
Thanks, I saw that. I don't know if it was me or somebody.
I just started seeing it. He'll pop back in. But yeah, that's crazy.
I was in tears, man, because I like Gegard. And like I said, I knew guys that were there and I know the money they make, it's like, you know what I mean, comedy. So and they're like, yeah, man, we learned so much about investing our money. And Gegard's like, yeah, man, they were talking about investing $5 and $3 million. Like it was crazy.
Wow. Yeah, somebody should have talked to Kobe and been like, hey,
they make your per diem. Like the good fighters make your per diem.
Yeah, let's talk different kind of numbers here. Hold on, let me get James back up. What's up? There we go. Oh yeah. We got James Krause in HD now.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, check this out. I got Alana, one of our woman viewers, had a question for you. Why is it that all fighters are so pretty in the face, but why fuck around with that? Why do you guys fuck around with fighting?
I think you just seeing the ones that you think are pretty because there's some ugly ass dudes in the sport for sure.
Word.
What you at a club?
Oh no, it's my garage. I'm gonna show you.
Let me see what you got going on.
Phil's at a rave right now. Oh shit.
Hell yeah, man.
It's my garage, man.
He's at
that's
Philly Fresh. There's that Audi.
Yes,
Let's go.
Yeah, I chill, man. I'm usually out here at nighttime. I got my tiki torches and I just chill.
That's what's up. See, that's that Florida living right there, Mr. James Krause. That's how we do down here in Florida. A lot of tiki torches.
Man. I don't know anything about it. I go out here, I'm gonna get eaten up.
The mosquitoes will kill you though.
Yeah.
But I got it treated really good, so my house will be good for like 2 weeks, and then they'll come back out.
You have a house there, Phil?
Yeah. We got this house a year ago.
Congrats.
And yeah, I'm loving it, man. Like I said, man, my wife, she keeps me locked in, man. She's on top of the game, you know. So super, literally, probably the smartest human being I met in my entire life, and especially like book smart. You know, her ability to process information and troubleshoot is retarded. So like in a good way. I'm sorry, I'm from New York. I speak backwards, but so she helps me out, man, and you know, just keeps me financially afloat. If I make money, I give it to her. She tells me what to do with it. You know.
Smart man.
That is smart. Sometimes it's smart when you know when not to do something and have your wife do it for you. You know, that's sometimes smarter than trying to do it yourself. You know,
but I can never go broke. You know, because all I like is shoes. You know, and like a nice car. So it's like if I have a nice car and shoes, everything else is like
everything's good. Simple things sometimes, bro.
Hey, wait till you start making that UFC money, bro. You'll start spending more.
We'll see, man.
Hey, Krause.
I know a lot of UFC guys, man. I live how I live better than a lot of dudes already, you know. So we'll see, man.
I bet.
Yo, Krause, what you got going on in that backyard? Let's take a look.
Let me see. Let me flip it. How do
Oh yeah, Krause.
That's your backyard. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's peaceful right there, bro.
Straight to the lake. That's
dope,
man.
That's peace right there, man. Now I know where to go hang out when I'm in your neck of the woods, bro.
That's dope.
Yeah.
See, like
come through, bro. Like, come through.
In Florida, you're a boss, man. If your house is right there, you're a boss. Like
for
real.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
You're talking easily.
Oh yeah.
Easily 800,000 and up, like low number 800.
Oh yeah, man.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure, bro. Well, yeah, you got
on
that.
The, on the lake here, you see similar numbers.
On the lake there, what are the numbers?
You see similar numbers on the lake here.
Gotcha.
I thought 800 that was low though.
No, that's about right.
Is it?
No, that's the low end.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say my aunt has a house out there. Hers is not 800. It is a lot more than that.
Yeah. It's expensive, bro. Florida's got way more expensive now with a lot more people moving down here and everything.
Yeah.
Because you're around Orlando, right, Phil?
Yeah. I think I live in Orlando, but they say it's not. They say I'm 5 minutes from Orlando, but I'm in like Winter Garden, a Coe area.
Oh yeah. We're like 2 hours apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm a little more south than you, but yeah, it's Florida's like that, man. I'm gonna bring Chris back up. He's an Orlando guy.
I think you guys will get that next UFC.
Yeah,
I think you guys will get that next UFC. 100%, I do.
I hope so.
That's what's happening.
That'd be great. Well, I'm gonna come in here, guys. We're gonna do 5 questions. All right, the name game. I'm gonna ask you, and
I feel like was it Tampa? Is that what I'm hearing?
Tampa right? Or Orlando?
Yeah.
What's annoying is like I'm supposed to be fighting, you know. So I'm fucking yeah.
What card were you on?
Dude, how many was I on? But originally locked in UFC Portland, April 11th. I was on.
Who were you fighting?
Cole Williams. He fought the Brazilian dude, Hannibal. He fought Hannibal. And that's his only fight in the UFC.
Huh.
Somebody just said something about Singapore real estate, dog.
Yeah, check it out, bro. Wait, hold up. Let me pull it up.
You gotta move, dog.
2,300 a month for 600 square feet, bro.
You gotta move.
Pay me $1,000 a month. You can move into my 1-1, dog.
Yo,
you gotta move, dog. Singapore.
That's my boy Troy. Shout out to Troy Worthen.
What's up, Troy?
He's an absolute monster, killing in ONE FC. He started.
Oh, that's why he's in Singapore then. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. He's tripping though, but he went out there and he's killing it. But damn, dude, that's nuts. Fuck that.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
That's Manhattan money right there, bro. No, thank you.
Fuck that.
You can get a brand new 4,000 square foot property, 3-car garage, brand new, never lived in before for $350 here.
What? That's nuts.
crazy.
That's nuts. You're not getting that here, especially in South Florida.
No,
Yep.
no,
No.
no, no.
350.
That's nuts. Wow.
350.
So Chris, you're
Yo.
back in. You want to throw some names up at Philly Fresh?
I do. So
You
this
gotta
is
tell
the
them
name.
what's
This
up.
is the name game, Phil.
All
I'm going
right.
to say 5 names, and you just give a 1-word description for each person.
Okay.
Phil, ready?
Yeah.
Go. Number 1,
I
GSP.
can't hear him.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
GSP. George St. Pierre.
Legend.
Platinum Mike Perry.
Savage.
2 weeks in a row. Savage.
Savage. That's 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yep.
The boss, Dana White.
Genius.
John Bones Jones.
That's a good one.
Potential.
Potential. All right, the last one. The last style bender. Israel Adesanya.
Thorough.
Thorough. Thank you, Phil, for playing the name game.
Name game. That's 2 weeks in a row. Somebody said Mike Perry's savage.
Savage. Last week it was is it Dr. Bo maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I know Mike Perry on a different level than 99% of people out there.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah. Every time I've gone down to Fusion in Orlando Ocoee, you guys are always there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Phil, what do you think what UFC is doing? You know, last week, Krause, you were on. We were talking about it. We were like, how do you think Dana White's been doing with UFC, with this whole quarantine thing? We were all amped up. We thought we were going to see 249. Obviously, it got shot down. What have you guys heard anything on the inside about? Is anything going to be happening? We're going to see another UFC event soon. What's up?
My manager hit me up 2 days ago and told me I was fighting very soon, very, very soon, as in 3.5 weeks soon.
May 9th.
So I looked, and then I'm seeing rumors here, rumors here. I looked at the fight card. I don't see my name on it. I hit him up. He said, Phil, I'm working on it, but you're fighting in 3.5 weeks. So I'm
seeing the 9th and the 16th.
Exactly.
Wow. I like it.
9th and 16th. Okay, cool. Are you going to be on any of these cards, James?
Hell no, I'm fat as shit right now. No, I will. I threw my name out when they were asking for late replacements for 249 whenever it was still on.
Yep.
I threw my name out. I always train. I'm always down to fight. Y'all just don't tell me the opponent. Tell me the number. How much am I getting paid? Let's go.
That's what's up. I like it. All business. I love it.
So, guys, I gotta jump off here and put the little one to bed though. I appreciate y'all having me on, man.
Thanks,
it's always
James.
a blast.
We'll talk soon.
Phil,
My
it
man.
was great talking to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all a ton.
Pleasure, bro.
Thank you,
Anytime, James. Talk to you soon, brother. Thanks.
Later, guys.
Thank you.
Later, bro. Philly, so anything else you want to get off your chest? Any shout outs to sponsors
Talk about
or
your-
anybody?
Anything. Your hat? Tell us where you can get them hats, man.
I should have put my IG handle right there. I didn't realize that, but
It's okay.
Yeah, man. Philly Fresh UFC. If you hit me up, I'll get you a hat, or you can go on my website, phillyfreshmma.com, and they're the dopest hats around. And you see, check the Philly Fresh.
I like
like
that,
it.
dude.
Matter of
Hey,
fact,
did I get this right for you, bro?
Say
Is that
again?
it? Is that right?
Yeah, that's it right there. But let me show you
IG.
guys. This is just a couple colorways right here. But they're not just. I'm not just saying them. These hats are absolutely dope. This is for the ladies. We got the pink suede. The camo.
I like the camo. That's
Me
hot.
too.
Yeah,
With the red stitching.
that's what's up. Yeah, with the red, dog.
That's not bad either.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man. Rest in peace to my man Kobe. I did this one for him. One of my favorite human beings to ever live.
Oh, nice, dude.
Respect.
Really nice.
Yeah, man. But no, I'm 4th of July is coming, so we had to.
Hey, that's my birthday.
For America.
Yeah.
That's
Hell
your
yeah.
birthday. I'm gonna send you this one.
Oh, you're the man, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the USA one, man. If that's your
Oh,
birthday.
that's my birthday. Yes.
It's a beauty.
Thank you. Awesome stuff, man. Hey, Phil, before I let you go, I wanted to pull something up for you. I wanted to throw it back for you, bro, because you're on my podcast here, our podcast here, and I wanted to share this with you. I thought you'd like this because I liked it when I saw it. Let me pull it up for you right now.
Hey.
Get it.
Nice.
Dude, check this finish out, dog. Wop, wop.
Wow.
Wop.
Boom.
Here it comes.
Nice.
Oof, the knee.
I saw some Muay Thai in there.
That was a nice one. And this dude though, he's really tough. Like the first right hand I hit him with, I knew he was out of there. Like he just stayed on his feet though for like the next 30 seconds, which was bad for him.
Yeah.
But he was done already. He's a tough kid though.
Yeah.
Tough head.
Good fight.
Yeah, look at that, dude. Yeah, I wouldn't want to get hit with that.
I like these fan cam videos of the fights. I dig those, man. Put some music on. Dig
sick,
it,
man. That was awesome.
I love them.
That was
You get a different look. I always like to see a different look, man. So Phil, I'm hoping to see you, bro.
I appreciate you boys having me on here, man.
Yeah, me too, man. This was nice, bro. I want to wish you the best of luck. I want to see you, and I hope to see you very soon in the UFC fighting, man. And again, man, you're a class act. I was happy to have you on the podcast tonight, and stay strong through this quarantine. Keep training, bro. And I know we'll talk soon. And again, best of luck to you, bro.
Appreciate you
Phil.
guys.
You got it, man.
Chris, I appreciate you, man. Always holding Fusion down, hosting us. Dude, awesome guy, man. Amazing dude from Florida MMA Uncensored. My man, Chris, I appreciate you, bro.
I'd like to give a shout out to Combat Night MMA, too.
Word
up. You know who you are, Mitch.
All right, man. I'll see you boys.
Take care, Phil. Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
Later.
That was a good lineup right there.
I got to tell you, man, James Krause, bro, class actors, always love talking to James. And then, of course, we got, Philly Fresh, bro. Philly Fresh, a good dude, man.
Yeah.
I got to say, I really enjoyed talking to him. And what was cool about Phil is that, his story, man. It was just a guy that's been working hard. And he got his time. He got his opportunity, It just happened. So I got to tell you, man, I'm real stoked for this guy, and I'm looking forward to watching him on the big show, man.
Yeah, man. I've known him for a while now, and I love the guy. Great guy.
Yep. Well, we got our next guest here.
Oh.
She just came in, and I got to tell you, I am personally super excited about having her on because there are talented people in this world, and then there's like that next level talent. Mm-hmm. This woman has it all. I mean, she is so talented that I'm still learning things about her as I do my research on her, but I got to get it from her herself. So I want to bring her up here. Tess Kielhamer is here. Tess, how you doing?
Hi.
Hi, Tess.
How are you?
I'm very good.
Very good.
Awesome. Let me ask you a question. First and foremost, how are you doing during this COVID-19 pandemic? Has life changed for you? What's going on?
Well, yeah, I, all work is stopped, whether, it's industry work and stunts or acting, or even my, I also teach a lot of fitness and training. So also everything just stopped.
Crazy.
So, yeah. Orange County is not on as much of a lockdown as LA County, so it's a bit better. Like I'll still just go to the beach and practice, but LA County is really strict right now.
That's what now we're down here in Florida, and right now it's like when you're in public you must wear a mask or you can't go anywhere. Yeah. Is it like that by you?
No, I mean I can.
Okay.
Orange County, I can go in a grocery store without a mask, and it's fine. But for LA County, I believe you can get fined without a mask if you don't have your mask on.
This is nuts. This is crazy. Do you personally know anybody that's like had this had this coronavirus or?
Yeah, they all just recovered. They said it was just like a normal flu. And they took a lot of supplements. They took their zinc, they took their C. They took a lot of vitamin D, and they all got better. So
that's what's up. That's what I got to do. Tomorrow I'm gonna go restock the vitamin D and see.
Yeah,
we got enough D here in Florida. It's been there's vitamin D everywhere here. So, but it's been crazy. But I'm glad you're doing okay. You're like, to me, I mean, you're a superstar. I mean, I didn't know this. You were a weapons expert as well.
Yes.
Wow.
All right, I gotta know. All right, so weapons expert, lead cast on Call of Duty Black Ops, which I love Call of Duty, by the way. Yes, and also black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion. I mean, the accolades just go on and on. You're like just a super interesting person to talk to. But like, what age did you realize that, hey, I wanna learn how to fight? Was it somebody got you into it, or something you just knew you wanted to do?
Well, I had 4 older brothers that I grew up with, and we were always fighting. You know, our parents came home late from work, so we were always fighting. You know how that can be. And I was the youngest, and you know, we have little tournaments set up in the living room. But I actually was a very hyper kid, and my first martial art was Taekwondo, and I got kicked out of it. And they told my mom to never bring me back, which is kind of funny. But you know, but then also my mom, you know, had a dance school, so I did grow up doing back and forth martial arts and dance, and I feel that actually was really beneficial to do both. Mm-hmm. It wasn't until I moved from I was out in the Bay Area. It wasn't until I moved from out in the Bay Area to Hollywood, and then I really just all the stunt work just fell in my lap because of, you know, at that point I was already like a weapon expert, and you know Activision and other motion capture studios just, you know, they love that, you know, all the weapons. They like all the, you know, the more flashy styles. But now it's interesting how since MMA is so huge over the years I've been at Activision, they're wanting to incorporate so much more MMA and realistic choreography in. So that's they're actually, you know, asking me a lot, you know, for choreography tips and certain aspects in the game. So that's exciting to, you know, use my knowledge in jiu-jitsu and the realistic aspect of martial arts. You know, of course, like it's still always fun to add in like unrealistic stuff as well, because it's, you know, with movies, you know. But so to have that balance now with both.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of your work, you know. Now, how did this all like happen for you? You know, you're growing up, you got older brothers, you know, you're learning how to fight. You know, how did all of this opportunity, you know, on the Hollywood side and things like that, how did that come about for you?
The first gig I got, I was training at in a gymnastics type of place, and training on my own. And the Wushu style I was doing with the weapons, because it's very acrobatic and you don't want to practice a lot of it actually on concrete. It's not good for you, especially there's a lot of, you know, practicing my falls and everything else. And then, you know, a friend of a stunt coordinator said, hey, you know, you're the perfect height for the stunt double. And I just, you know, I got a call the next couple of days. Like they said, oh, well, you know, she just got in a motorcycle accident. Can you jump on set? And I just jumped on set and was for this pilot for this film. And then I just, you know, nailed it pretty much. And then that stunt coordinator was like, hey, you know, meet me next week at I forget what the very first motion capture studio was. But it's interesting because my very first motion capture game was one of the UFC games.
Oh, no kidding. What did you do in there? It's just like you were doing like moves and stuff like that? Like they put those little, what are those little balls on you and stuff like all over?
Was it? Balls all over. The ball joke never stopped. Like over like 10 years. The joke about balls like doesn't stop because like sometimes the balls, when you're doing like harder stunts, like they'll fall off and like oh, these balls on the ground. It's just the jokes never end.
Of course, balls everywhere.
Balls.
That's cool. Yeah. So they got you like in the studio with the green screen and everything, and you're doing all your moves and stuff like that.
For that, it's more. It looks like in Tron, you know, like where there's the grid, and then there's these special lights everywhere that pick up the motion, and then pretty much when you get there, the animators will be there as well. So that would be Treyarch, you know, and they are like, okay, well, this is the concept. This is what we're trying to create, and they have like a rough draft, and so we get to see like so many months before what you guys get, and then it's a small handful of people that get to make this magic happen, and it's like a small handful of martial artists like specializing in different sets of skills that like it's just such a blessing, and you know we act like a bunch of little kids. as well.
I
Like,
would too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That is so cool. So like, did they use any of the real fighters in the video games or no?
Not too much. There's some fighters there.
Because they get like if you play like the UFC game, like Conor McGregor's walk or like certain styles of these guys or girls that fight, it's almost like identical to the point where I feel like, did they put balls all over them too one day or something? Like how the hell did they get it so perfect?
Sometimes they'll bring, the people in. For the most part, there's a lot of people, a good actor will be able to pick up some of the moves. But yeah, they'll also bring in, the superstars as well.
That's pretty cool.
But for the most part, for like the stunts, they're going to be more interested in someone who, a great fighter's great, but if they don't know how to do a proper stunt, and that's really dangerous.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So how did you get involved? How did you get involved with doing stunts? Did somebody say, "Hey, you want to try this out," or you were like, "Hey, this looks pretty cool. I'm going to do it"?
Pretty much the story I told you of how I was training on my own, but it's been nonstop of me refining my own skills in what I do. But I feel when I really started my jiu-jitsu and MMA training is when it actually opened even more doors in Hollywood for work, because they're looking for that, like, realistic, someone who can perform like realistic moves as well, like, because in a lot of films the other stuff's just not selling to the audience anymore. People have been so exposed to like what real fighting is, they kind of want to have people that can do the real thing too.
So that's so true. And like the video game aspect too, I think is really cool. When I saw that you were in Call of Duty, I was like, oh, it's cool. I haven't played video games as much, but I know the Call of Duty series, and I long time ago played it, and it was just cool to see that you did that, And I don't know, I just found that super interesting. Like, how, like, is it similar to like the video games with like UFC, or because it's like more of a combat, like shooting and all that, there's more action to it?
The Call of Duty games, when a new one launches, it takes so much work. I mean, we're working on it for at least a year. So you got to think, if there's like just one little, character, a basic walk forward, a basic walk to the back, a basic walk to the side, a basic walk to the side, just holding the gun one way. And then, lower yourself medium range, and then those basic motions, and then lower yourself even more back and forth. Now do the same thing with the gun tilted. So you got to think about all the variations possible. And then, so all of that has to be covered, especially I remember on Black Ops 4, it was like a week of all the options of falling. So it's just like, we were so beat up, like every option of falling out of any little circumstance, all that had to be covered as well. And it was just like,
what were you falling out of?
Everyone had like the massage guns on set.
What was like the highest drop you had to do with that?
What's interesting when you have to jump off something at first, when they set it up and you're looking up at it and you're like, oh, that's not that bad. Like, let's say it's just two body lengths of you, but then when you're standing up there, then there's the additional length of your feet to your head, and then you're looking up. Yeah, there's been a couple of times where I was like, sure, yeah, I'll do that, like I have a choice. I can't say no. You can't. And I've been up there and I was like, I don't want to jump off this. But I had to, like,
not for me. Not for me.
So, but I would say for Activision, they definitely use me for a lot of weapons. I'd say most of the weapons, especially in the current games, has been me doing the weapons.
That is so cool. What's cool about you is that, and this is a compliment, I say this with all respect, but you're so beautiful, and you don't expect you to be, they say don't judge a book by its cover, but you can't help ourselves sometimes. See this very attractive girl. She's a weapons expert. She's been in video games. She's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. she's a world champion. I mean, it's so cool. You know, it's so interesting. So, like, you know, getting to like, you know, the, you know, you're a jiu-jitsu world champion. I'm very interested in hearing about this. So how did you become a jiu-jitsu world champion?
You know, well, my jiu-jitsu was an interesting story. Actually, most of my fans don't even know about this. I'm waiting until the right time to kind of tell people my story until I get to exactly where it is I want to be, just to give, you know, a little bit of story inspiration. But, you know, even the great things that, you know, I was able to work on in Hollywood, people have like an unrealistic idea of that. They think, okay, if you're working on something that you're just totally, you know, financially secure, it's just like any other job. So long story short, I mean I left Hollywood to Orange County, and it was kind of fate. So kind of God, I feel, in a way, put me in what at the time seemed just like a horrible situation. I was so broke and such a down time in my life. It was right behind this, and I didn't have like anywhere to go. And I was like, I'm not moving back home to the Bay Area. I'm not stopping on my dreams and my aspirations. I'm just not quitting now. And cool. And so the people on the gym, they're like, well, there's a trailer behind the gym. And it was just totally run down thing. I had to get rid of everything I owned. And, you know, I stayed in this trailer that was in this, you know, ghetto parking lot in Santa Ana. And, you know, the thing didn't even have like running water. I, you know, wow. always had to use the gym. And it's interesting because even at that time in my life, I'd get emails from people like, oh, I'd love to do what you do if like, if I would like had money like yours. Like, people have no idea, you know? And me being in that situation, all I could do all day was train. So all the time I was training, you know, this gym was huge. One area had like a massive area for like people who do all the weapons. Which was, okay. You know, so I was always practice weapons. And then on the jiu-jitsu side, that's where I came across my jiu-jitsu instructor. You know, it was always like, Tess, try jiu-jitsu. Tess, try jiu-jitsu. I think you'll be good. And I was like, I didn't know what they were doing over there. And then I finally stepped on the mats, and that's how it all, my jiu-jitsu and MMA training began, because I didn't give up. I didn't move back home. Mm-hmm. None of this in jiu-jitsu would have started. And so yeah, and then 10 years later, I have my black belt. But I kind of went off on a tangent of your question. I don't even.
No, it's all good. I
question.
That was very good.
But oh yeah, the world champion. So I was living there, and I was training, and I was training a lot. Long story short, to the jiu-jitsu tournament, the person I was dating at the time was always like don't do jiu-jitsu, it's not your thing. And I was like so pissed, and I was like, you're enrolled in you're enrolled in Nogi World too. And then like I didn't end up winning. So it was kind of like I had no idea, but it was pretty awesome.
I think that is pretty awesome. And now you got this amazing credential, you know, in your chamber of bullets, you know. So I think that's really cool, you know. Wow, so amazing. And I like your story. I mean, you know, I didn't know this about you. Obviously, it's the first time we're talking, but you know, to know that you've been through struggles in your life, and you know, you've continued to forge forward through these struggles to get where you want to be. That is like, you know, that beats any accolade that you could ever have, because without that mental strength, you're not going anywhere, you know. So you know, hats off to you. I think that's pretty amazing stuff.
Thank you. Yeah, there was a lot of reasons to stop. I mean, after Nogi Worlds, I talk about some of my YouTube channel. I also had like this. I found out, I was like, why did my training slow down? I didn't know why. And then I had found out I had this tumor, and I almost died. And then
what?
You know, 6 weeks after like this massive 12-hour surgery, I was back on the mats, like, you know. So it was just like I just never stopped. And in fact, like I didn't even tell any of the stunt coordinators in Hollywood like about my surgery, because I was like, you know, if they found out something like that, I'd be like, oh, well, let's not bring in Tess for a while because she's injured. But I just kept on the DL, but yeah. So there were so many things I could have stopped me from moving forward, but just kept going.
Wow. No, that's incredible. I mean, to have a tumor and all this stuff going on, and you're just keeping it inside, and wow, you're strong. It's pretty amazing stuff right there.
There's a big delay in the connection, just so you know.
I noticed. Yeah, I'm just starting to notice that now. You on Wi-Fi? Are you on Wi-Fi?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, let's you know what? Just disconnect and then hop back in.
You want me to? I can check my Wi-Fi connection. You want me to check it and then come back in?
You could log out and log back in. That's fine. There we go. These things happen sometimes, folks. You know, when we're on a live show, anything could happen. You know what I mean? And we are battling technology daily, so that's okay. These things happen. We're gonna bring it right back up, and we're gonna continue the show here. But yeah, Emilio Chavez, what's up? She's a champ. That's right. Adversity, man. I got to tell you, that's like, I don't know, like to have a tumor and knowing that like you got all these things lined up that you want to do and you're not going to let anything stop you, even a tumor. I mean, this girl's a beast, man. She's a beast. And I love it. I love stories like that. That's why I love stories. I love a fighter's story because there's always, fighters are fighters, no matter what. It's not just what you do in the cage. It's not just what you do in the gym. It's the sacrifice that everybody makes, the time away from their family, the time to train. Here we go. We're going to get Tess. Here we go, Tess. How we doing? I think we're doing a little better than before.
Hopefully. We'll see.
We'll get through it. So like, all right. So with everything going on now, we obviously know that you're a fighter. You got amazing will and definitely a strong mind. So this whole quarantine thing might not be that big of a deal to you. You're going to get through this too.
I don't think the quarantine's a big deal if it's only going to last till the end of the month. I think I'm more concerned about if this. A lot of people live check to check, so it's already been devastating on people with small businesses or anyone who's just living basic jobs, because out in California, how we have this rent problem. As far as the virus, like I said, everyone I know has just gotten better from it with proper sedation. So, who knows? Maybe it's because there's a couple different strains out there. I don't know, but I am very anxious to get back into training. I'm not with my team, and I would do jiu-jitsu every single day, and it was just like the highlight of my day. Go do that. And it's interesting because there's all these people who train full martial arts and they have all this like built up energy now that it's like if someone just pokes them wrong on the street, they'll probably just explode.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of people are going to get their ass kicked in public. I mean, there's a lot of fighters right now that want to swing. It's crazy. So like,
so I hopefully things open up soon. I especially grappling arts are the most full contact there is. So let's see how long it takes to get back there.
I see you got some weapons behind you there.
Or to be like huh?
I said I see some weapons behind you over there.
Good. Oh yeah. I have a lot of my swords over there, and then I practice them outside usually. I can't practice them here because they hit the ceiling for some of them, and there's actually like way more that I need. But I've done a lot of firearms like that too. Like I don't know if you remember that show, Deadliest Warrior. I was the KGB agent, and I had a rifle, and I was shooting up everyone.
Yes, I saw that. That was badass. I saw your YouTube. I'm like, holy shit, this girl does everything. It's crazy. It's so cool. So cool.
You know, time ago when I started my YouTube, people were making fun of me, like, why are you starting a YouTube? You know, like it wasn't gonna be anything.
Yeah, you got like 50,000 subscribers on there. I mean, you're doing great. I mean, with that kind of talent, you have to showcase it. I mean, there's no question about it.
Yeah, I feel like for YouTube, you know, it's not a big. You don't really need money for it anymore. The ad restrictions are just out of control. So I usually don't even monetize anything anymore. But I think anyone who's in a physical performing thing, whether they're a stunt person, whether they're an actress, whatever it is, I mean, to have a YouTube channel is kind of like part of your portfolio, you know. And then
so true.
It's just, I feel like a lot of people need to get themselves out there more. A lot of my friends I train with that are, you know, professional fighters, I'm just like, you haven't exposed yourself enough on so many social media platforms, and so I just, it's a little underrated. People need to do it more. People need to get themselves out there more.
Oh, 100%. I agree with you there. Like, you know, it's crazy, but true. Like, you actually made perfect sense when you said that. Like, it's your resume. Like, hey, if you want to get jobs and you're, you know, in the entertainment field, you're a fighter, athlete, whatever the case may be, yeah, you need to showcase yourself and showcase your talent, your skills. And, you know, like when I started my podcast, I've had so many different opportunities come from it. Not because I was looking for it, it's just doing the podcast, but people reach out and they're like, hey, you know, I like you for this, I like you for that. That's how I got this show with MMA Uncensored. So, you know, it's just, you don't know what's going to happen, but, you know, if you're doing what you love to do and you're having a good time and, you know how to do business, you can go very far. And obviously, you know, you're proof of that. So somebody did say, let's see the swords. Can you show some swords off?
I didn't hear the question.
Oh, Emilio Chavez popped up and said, let's see those swords. Can you show off some of your swords that you have?
Well, they're all there. I mean, if you want to see my swords, just go to my YouTube channel.
That's right. I love it. That's a great plug right there. Go to her YouTube channel. See her name, type her name in YouTube. You can see it all.
I keep all my social. Yeah, and I keep all my social media just my name. But it's interesting. I don't know if you saw the one video where I have the demon horns. I was actually a demon boss. That was
I saw that.
a Mon Mars music video. And I was fighting Josh Barnett. Josh Barnett was the Viking bear.
Oh, really?
Bear man.
Oh, shit. I didn't. Okay. Okay.
Josh Barnett got me that gig. Because, you know, they were looking for a girl that can do chain whip. And there's not like, it's like, people are like, who can do chain whip? I'm like, well, I know someone that can do chain whip. Like, so he's like, I think this girl named Tess Kielhamer does chain whip. But so that's how I got that. So that was my music video battle of Josh Barnett. But I used
cool.
The weapon's called the Guandao. It's you can't see it from this angle, but the weapon I use, see my YouTube channel if anyone wants to go see it. That's what I fight Josh Barnett with.
Yeah, I saw that video. That was badass. There was a couple of other ones I saw of you, like fighting some Asian dude. I don't know if it was like a video game or something like that. You had like this green, like one piece on. It was a badass.
Oh, I was being Cammy from Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff I do.
Yes.
Some of the stuff I do is just super ridiculous and just to be silly. Like, you know, like some people like in the comments are like, hey, I can tell that's not a fight. And it's like, yeah, no duh. Like
it's called choreography.
So that's why I have like I have categories. One of the categories are just me vlogging and talking. The categories are tutorials. Some of the another category is going to be like the silly fight scenes that I'm, you know, up with friends and we're kind of Street Fighter characters or something. And then there's another category of like my real training, that I've, would come in with my little camera and record me rolling with people.
That's fucking cool
and
as shit.
and make training compilations. So I keep it a balance with like the real stuff in there too. So
that's amazing. Yeah, I saw you got everything's kind of separated, nice, categorized in there. I saw your tutorials. Obviously, you got some tutorials about different moves and submissions. The weapon stuff is really cool. I like that. So for any of our viewers out there, check out Tess on YouTube because she's got some, just amazing videos. She's like ultra talented. You got to check her out. She's awesome. And then I wanted to bring Chris back up because Chris has something for you, I believe. Chris.
Hey guys.
Oh wait, he's going to get. Look, he got that nasty Nate Diaz picture in the background there.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Yes. We got a shirt, and the winner is Tess. Tess wins.
MMA Uncensored.
We'll send that to you. That's for you.
Okay.
Nice.
We like to give a gift. We like to give a gift away. Usually we give it to a caller or someone that comments, but I think that you deserve the gift this week. Just send us your. I'll DM you on Instagram. I'll get your address and I'll send it out tomorrow.
Very nice.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Chris, you're always doing giveaways, brother. That's really nice of you, my friend.
I'm having problems with my hair though.
It's everybody's having problems with their hair. It's this quarantine, man. The barbers are closed. I'm gonna shave my head.
I can't even go get my hair cut. I can't get my hair cut right now.
That's terrible. It is so terrible. Tess, is there any sponsors that you want to shout out? Is there anything coming up for you that you'd like to share?
I'm actually, I wrote my own screenplay actually, and I want to try to get cast in it some fighters as some of the other roles. So because it's just an awesome idea. So I took years to work on this concept, and so I'm working with an agency on getting it out there. Like, what a better way to make it than just do it all by yourself.
Hey, Stallone did it.
There's always, yeah, exactly. So I'm working at, it's finished. I'm just, talking to people. There's one producer I'm talking to from Lionsgate that's interested in it. So I'm really making it happen. But of course, there's always, the next Call of Duty, like at Activision. So I'm excited to see what we're going to work on after this lockdown. So, but and then it's always ongoing because whenever there's online updates, whenever there's online updates in the video games, we have to come in and help out with the online updates, whatever it is. So
you could pull some leverage out on and be like, "Hey, you need me for this. Pay up."
Yeah.
Hey, that's amazing about your movie. I'm excited about this. I'm really interested in this. If you need any help getting in touch with any fighters, I'm sure myself and Chris could at least lead you in the right direction, and maybe we get some fighters that are interested in being on the silver screen.
Absolutely.
Oh, interested in the film?
Yeah.
Or act or into stunt work.
Into your film.
Oh, into my film. Yeah, absolutely. Of course, the bigger the fighter, the better the funding will be. I made the script to have a lot of fighting in it, so and it's such a good concept where if you look at all the Batman films and a lot of how they would write characters back then, every character had a lot of where there was a certain amount of sadness and some really hard things that someone went through to develop them. Are they going to be the villain or are they going to be the good guy? And so all the characters in the book, each one of them could have their own separate movie later on, and that's how you are supposed to write these type of superhero films, you know, where everyone has a reason why they became who they became. So all the characters all have their particular fighting styles as well, and I'm working on the sequel, so I'm gonna make it happen.
I know you are
happening. Like, people are already interested in
That's well, hey,
So-
everything that you've told me so far about who you are and everything that you've been through, I do not doubt it for 1 second that you're not going to make this happen. You definitely will make it happen.
Thank you. Yes, I'm going to make it happen. You know, when I moved to Hollywood, you know, it didn't take me long to realize that people with integrity don't make it like super far. So I was like, I'm going to make my own film. You know, I'm just going to go past everyone else and just boom. And people are like, you're never going to be able to do that. Well, I already love my screenplay that have millions of dollars, so it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Tess, first of all, wishing you all the best of luck, and I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to be on MMA Uncensored podcast, joining myself and Chris. You are incredible, and this podcast does nothing for how amazing you are and everything that you're doing. I'm just blessed to have you on. And again, anybody that's watching right now, for the people that are live and also the people that are watching the replay, you must check out Tess on YouTube. She's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, you know, for having me on. It's just like, I'm really excited when you asked me to, and I love doing this type of stuff and just talking to people, being a normal conversation. Normal.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Well, we'll definitely link up again. You're definitely a great guest, and maybe we'll have you on as a special guest co-host one of these days if you're cool with that.
I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah, the connection's a little rough right now, but I will tell you, if you can hear me, I'm inviting you to be a guest co-host in the future if you'd like to.
I think you asked me about something about the future. To be on in the future, did you ask me? I just hearing just like a robot, like snippets of sound.
Okay, we will connect after this episode. I'll tell you everything that I'm trying to tell you right now. But thank you again, Tess, very much for being on the podcast. You're the best, and I'm gonna shout you out right after this episode. So we'll be right with you. Thank you, Tess. Seriously, you're awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Chris.
Hey.
We're going to get with Tess in a second. We got some little technical difficulties there at the end, but we'll get with her. How awesome is this girl?
That's good. Impressive, man.
Dude, the accolades, I mean, bro, I don't even know where to begin. And her story, forget about just being super talented. Yeah, this girl went through a lot. She was sick. She had a tumor. She was pretty much, for lack of a better term, she was on the balls of her ass, man. She didn't have any money, and she made it happen. And now she's like one of the greatest, most talented stunt people in Hollywood right now. She's incredible, man.
Amazing story. You know, I got to do the research when we did some of the videos and the editing and the promos. So, yeah, super impressive. It was great to watch you and her talk one-on-one, brother. Great job tonight.
Thank you very much, man. It's my pleasure. I love when I talk to people like James Krause, and when I talk to people, like Phil Rowe and Tess Kielhamer, I geek out with that stuff, man, because these are people that never gave up on their dream, and they are where they are for a reason.
Right.
And that's an inspiration to me, and I hope it's an inspiration to all the viewers that have watched. And we're going to continue to do shows like this, and I am super excited about the next episode.
Let's go, champ!
Let's go, champ!
Let's go,
champ!
How many
Shannon
times
Briggs.
do you think? Okay, we need to do an over/under for next week. Just
how many Let's Go champs?
Yeah, I'm gonna say if he's gonna be on an hour, I'm gonna say we're gonna hear about 20.
Yeah.
Over/under. I might do 10.
I'm gonna go. We're gonna hear over Let's Go champs because we're gonna have people be in the chat room saying Let's Go champ. It's gonna be crazy, man.
Well, this is the Game Changer show. This is gonna be episode 4 /Game Changer.
Shannon Briggs.
Per the 2-time WBO lineal heavyweight champion request. Tell him what he wants, Joe.
Shannon Briggs is coming on the podcast April 21st, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shannon Briggs is recently signed with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. He has planned to fight in Miami once everything is back to normal. This quarantine is over with. There's going to be a pay-per-view in Miami for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. And right now he's issuing an open challenge to any heavyweight out there that wants to challenge him to call in. And he's pretty much gonna talk to anybody that wants to call in and challenge him. So Bare Knuckle.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal. So next week, guys, next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Shannon Cannon Briggs will be on the show live. Any heavyweight that wants to call in, we're gonna put them on screen. You can comment, you can talk shit, do whatever the fuck you want, because he's gonna bring the heat.
Yeah, he's bringing the
Any
heat.
heavyweight. Reach out to Joe. Reach out to MMA Uncensored. We already got a couple guys lined up, some big names, right, Joe?
Yeah, I talked to Shannon Briggs on the phone today, and Shannon's a great guy. He's a businessman. He's very smart. He knows what sells. He knows how to sell a fight. But I will tell you, the man is ready to fight. He's super focused, and it's not going to be like a friendly, hey, kind of show. How you doing? He's going to bring it. Like Chris said, he's going to bring the heat. So if you're going to call in and challenge him or talk shit to him, you better bring it, because he's serious. He's all business right now.
Right. This is going to be a different type of podcast next week, guys. This is different. We're going to bring somebody on. We're going to get some people on that want to fight him. Everybody wants to knock each other out. Let's talk shit, have fun. Episode 4 next week.
Yep, this is the time, Chris. We're in a very odd situation with this global pandemic going on.
Yeah,
fighters can't fight, so it's time to talk shit. It's time to sell a fight, and when things get back to normal, everybody's going to be all revved up, ready to go to see this shit
let's
go
hype
down.
some stuff up. Let's get them things cranking. Let's get some fights booked. Let's get ready, guys, because we're going to be out of this soon.
Damn right. Chris, thank you so much, man. This was a blast tonight.
Man, always.
And MMA Uncensored podcast, everybody. If you haven't already and you're tuning in, do me a solid. Do us a solid here at MMA Uncensored __ on the IG. Check it out. We're approaching, 350,000 followers right now?
We're creeping, man. I think we're getting 10,000 a week new.
Amazing.
Yeah, we got verified too, Joe.
That's right. You got the blue check mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like having a black card in the pocket, bro.
That's a big
you know
deal.
What I'm saying?
It's
like having the old black card in the pocket.
Hey, Joe, that's a big deal for single guys, huh?
It goes a long way.
Joe.
It goes far. This is blue check marks. I see. I don't know. Something about a blue check mark. I don't know.
We'll have to do a show on blue check marks one day. And have some beers. Talk Boston and the Bronx, New York.
Yeah. Little Yankee Red Sox rivalry. I'm down, bro.
New York. Boston, New York.
How you doing?
All right, brother. Hey, also, guys, check out a Guy Thing podcast. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. That shit's hot, man. This is the man right here.
Thank you. That's my other show. Thanks for bringing that up, Chris. That's my variety show, a Guy Thing podcast. Anything goes on that one as far as anything. We'll talk about everything from business owners to doctors to psychics to anything. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. We always get a good reaction from that. And then also shout out to Game Up with Nick and Nate Diaz, 10% off on products if you use the code MMA Uncensored.
Yeah, that's right. GameUpNutrition.com. Use the code MMA Uncensored, 10% off. I mean, get some stuff, load up. They got great products. Shout out to Nick and Nate Diaz. Nick Diaz Army for life.
That's what's up. Chris, thank you again, man. MMA Uncensored podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, Joe.
You got it.